I think we are live on YouTube. I think we are live on YouTube.
Hello. Hello, namaste, and salam, everyone. Welcome to our third episode of Highland Horizon TV. This is Malin Pathak, your anchor for today. Especially enjoying this beautiful snowy day. I hope you all took a few moments to
There's
get
so much of snow.
that's awesome. And if you haven't, please do that right after our episode.
Mama, there is a lot of snow.
There is. Okay, Ishan, you gotta go on mute, okay? You can let Mama talk now. All right.
Like,
So again, thanks everyone for
okay,
joining
let
our show
mommy
today.
do.
This is episode 3 again of season 2. Our goal of season 2 has been
Yay!
to get in a much more wider audience from our Highland Horizon neighborhood. And so far, we've been doing great by getting a lot of amazing talents showcased over this platform. We are hoping to do a much more of that. And we will have a trivia question after every segment today. And so please do use your chat feature to share your answers. This is just one way to make sure you're at all attentive and watching our episodes. The answer is going to be within those segments. Well, in this cool, snowy day again in Texas, Austin, please make sure you have your cocoa, hot cocoa, coffee, tea, whatever. And this is focused for the entire family. So please join us, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So let's head to our first segment for today, and that is Chef's Beef Up. Well, this talented neighbor is from our gated community. He is an IT professional. He's also an entrepreneur and the founder of Mac Nair Realty. So let's all welcome Mahesh Nair.
Hi everyone. I am not Mahesh Nair, but I'm just here because Mahesh is not able to join live today, and I happen to be his helper yesterday when he made this beef. So I just wanted to let you know that I know Mahesh for many years. He cooks when he is in a good mood. He doesn't cook everything, but he's very picky. He cooks very few items. But when he cooks, he really cooks well. So without further ado, we will get to his video. And more than helping him, I had another motivation for going to his house yesterday. And we'll get to that at the end of this video.
Shine, it's frozen, it seems.
Yeah, just a second.
Sure.
Hello, I'm Mahesh Nair. I'm one of the residents of Highland Horizon 80. We are the first ones to move here 4 years ago, and it's been a wonderful 4 years since we have started living here. We made a lot of friends, very good neighbors, and the best neighborhood we have out here. So today I'm planning to make something very special to all of these Mallus. When I call Mallus, it's the Malayalis out here in the US, which is very dear and near to them. And that is what you are going to see today, which I'm going to make. So the dish today we are going to make is very special to all the Malayalis out there, which is the beef fry. So when I say beef fry, it can be, substituted by any red meat with this kind of a recipe. So, but many of the Malayalis would love to have this beef fry any time of the day, even midnight, they will hog on it, and that is what they will love to have. And that is more kind of their pride. So let me introduce to all those ingredients, what I'm going to use it here. So I have the main ingredient, which is the curry leaves here. This is more of like, a one whole strip of curry leaves I have put in there. I have 5 to 6 red chilies here, dry red chilies. That is another ingredient I'm using. Then we will see the fennel seeds, which is about around 2 spoons. And another ingredient, which is why the British India has ever happened. And they ruled the entire India for 350 years just because of this black gold. And this is called pepper. And another 2 spoons of ginger and garlic. So that is what? 2 spoons each, 2 tablespoons. So make sure you get it all right. Then we move on to the powders, all these, beautiful powders sitting here. So I'll introduce you guys. So this is, as you all know, this is the chili powder, but I have mixed with some of the paprika as well to add a little more color to it. 2 tablespoons of coriander powder. And last but not least, it's the turmeric powder here, 1 teaspoon or 1.5, depending on what your taste bud demand is. And coming to this side, the main thing here you will see is the shallots. So I have around maybe 10 to 12 shallots in there. And the more you add, you will gain a lot of sweetness along with the spiciness of these all spices we are adding. So since we have met all the ingredients which is gonna go into my kadai, now we are gonna heat up our kadai. So let me take, and again, I'm not taking the beef at this point just because it is being pre-marinated overnight and kept in the refrigerator so that all that marinade will go and blend with that juice of that meat. So that is what you really need. So now we are gonna put each one of these ingredients and get it all sauteed and make sure it's ready for our meat to be mixed up. So we'll start with some of the fennel. I need to take a break because this is gonna take some time to saute well enough. We need to saute it until these shallots turn brown and soft. So you are looking at probably a good 5 to 8 minutes of saute. So now we need to take this out and get it grinded before we apply this on the meat. So now we got all those masalas grounded to paste form. So we have that now ready. And we have salt to taste. We have more chopped onions and strings of curry leaves, and we have sliced coconut. So you might be surprised why these guys are using a lot of coconut, because we are from the land of coconut, and everything we eat, we would love to have a little bit of coconut added to that. So that is why you see these slices of coconut here. Now let me introduce our lifesaver. This instant pot does a lot of magic. We can save a lot of our cooking time, and that is what we use. The first thing we need to put it in is the meat. So where is the meat? I have everything. I don't have the meat though. You know what? I have put it in the refrigerator. So it is been about 3.25 pounds of red meat here, which has been sitting in the refrigerator. It's good so that the pepper and the salt which I have added the last night is all gone in to the meat. So that is one key thing. Make sure that you do that so that it is all in the meat. All right, we are gonna just put everything mixed up in the Insta pot at this point. I let it all go in there. Okay, so the meat is in, all there. I'm just gonna mix up the meat with the onions real quick. Now, we are putting all the ground masala to the Insta pot as well. Now, we need to really mix it up so that the masala is gonna go into the all meat. So this is the salt, the curry leaves. So now I'm gonna do the pressure cooking. I'm gonna close this all out. So now we are gonna pressure cook this to probably about 10 minutes, 10 here, okay? So the 10 minutes up, and we have our pressure cooked meat all ready now. Okay, do you see this? And we have some extra water. What we are gonna do is we are gonna transfer this whole thing over to this kadai here, okay? And now we need to make sure all of this water is gone and it's all a little bit of dry. So you can make it either more dry, or you can use this as just the way it is. So it will be a little more watery. You can have it with chapatis, you can have it parathas, you can have it with anything you like to have, like rice, pulao, ghee rice, anything. So now it's boiling, and we are adding the sliced coconut to it. Okay. All right, it is gonna be boiling for some time now. All these coconut blending into the spices and the meat and all that what we have in there. Oh wow, the smell, I cannot resist. I just love to have it right now. So while we have the beef getting ready for us there,
I just wanted to add, yesterday I was there and that aroma was irresistible. I couldn't wait.
Shine, I'm not a Malayali, but I'm already. I mean, I wish I could have get a taste of that.
where I'm going to
Yes.
put all of these onions, ginger, and garlic and ginger. So, that is what went in now. So we are going to make it a little bit crunchy, not like the rawness to it. So when we take a bite, we don't get that rawness to it. All right, we have all these onions and ginger, garlic, everything has been in the crunchy mode. So I'm gonna just put it all over this curry, or not the curry, the beef. And you know what? I was thinking about going a little too dry, but on a second thought, I decided to stay with a semi-dry form because if you are eating it with rice or paratha or any of that, breads, it's easy to eat it with some gravy in it. So I'm just leaving it that there. Now we are in the final stage, and I'm gonna add a little bit of certain things. These are something which my wife wants to have it, and this is more of a garam masala. Uh, 1 spoon of that. This is 1 spoon of. I know it is irresistible pepper. This is my pepper is like cannot stop. So this is 1 spoon of black pepper powder, and this is my secret ingredient.
By the way, while he was adding pepper, the name of his dog is also Pepper. Probably she didn't like it.
And if you need to add a little more kick to it, this is the chili flakes. But beware, the more and more spicy you add, you are gonna burn yourself. So please make sure you're not, just add whatever you want for your spice level. It's not like something you need to add a lot. Depending on your threshold, you can add whatever you want. And now we have all of this added. Maybe a minute to two, we can just take this off from the burner and transfer it into a bowl and serve it. So now we have the paratha and the beef curry or the beef gravy, semi-dry. We have it all ready and for you. But the paratha has to be a little more flaky because we have to beat it up a little bit and make sure the flakes are out and laid. But otherwise, this is exactly how it is gonna look. And you can make it, more dry if you want to. Otherwise, this is the perfect combination for any dry bread. So good luck.
Shine, you shouldn't have zoomed that close to that. It went too close. It was almost in my mouth.
Yes. So, and I also told you that there was another motivation for me to go there, more than helping Mahesh record this. And that is
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sure there'll be more people that would like to volunteer from our community next time for video shooting, this kind of thing.
yes. And if any of you want to volunteer for that, you're more than welcome. There is an incentive.
Shine, did you wear a white t-shirt before eating?
No, but it was really amazing. It tasted so good, so authentic. It took me back to my childhood where I used to go to my favorite restaurant and had this item. So
Interesting.
I hope, and as Mahesh said, you can actually replace beef with anything like chicken, mutton, or any other meat,
Or
and it will
vegetables?
taste really good.
What about
Nice.
vegetables, Shine?
You can add, yeah, you can add vegetable also. Maybe you can
So I
try
think
tofu.
I think Parimal is announcing that next we are going to have party at his house with
Yeah,
vegetables.
yeah. Yeah, vegans. Vegan party.
All right. Okay, well, let's get to the trivia question after that really awesome, recipe that Mahesh shared with us. Thanks, Shine, for sharing that video and giving us a little bit extra commentary about that, especially zooming on that dish. That one I was not very happy about. However, The question is here, guys. I hope you're all ready for the trivia question. And surprisingly, I don't know the answer for this one. What's one of the secret ingredients that was added by Mahesh while finishing up the dish? Again, what's one of the secret ingredients that was added by Mahesh while he was finishing up the dish? Oh my goodness. Okay, I already see some of these answers flowing in. All right. Let's move to our next segment while those answers keep coming. Artistic words. Well, the sound of that itself makes our entire episode seem so much more powerful and classical, and I know what classic. I mean, not classical. Sorry. So, well, the person who's gonna present this segment is himself a very IT professional. He's been, his work. He stays within the newer phase of the Highland Horizon community. He's got two beautiful girls and a very pretty wife. Because she's a very good friend of mine, so I have to say add all that part.
Don't forget me.
All right, and today he's going to share with us about manga and animation works inspiring a modern art revolution. So let's all welcome Parimal.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Well, we did
So
it.
thanks.
We sealed the bad out and the good in. Take a second and look around you. Go ahead. We have everything we've always wanted. We'll want for nothing.
Excuse me. I really love it here.
Thank you.
We have all these beautiful avocados from Mexico, but where are the chips?
I'm sorry?
The chips. The chips are outside.
Why are they out?
The chips are outside!
I want a Chris Elliott autograph. Hi.
Wait! Please, avocados taste great on lots of things. See? Avocado toast. We can still make this work.
Oh, Wi-Fi's down.
No.
Avocados from Mexico.
Hey, hi everyone. Good evening. So typically this is siesta time for me. So thanks to Shine and Meher, they dragged me into it. But glad to be here. And on this snowy day, I think I'm going to talk about art. Yes, art. I mean, I know we are still a long way away from our communities talking about book clubs. Like typically in New York, for every community they have a book club. They talk about art, cinema, modern art, so many other things. I think we'll get there someday. We will certainly fine-tune our aesthetics to the level that we want it to be like any other modern city. So today, what I wanted to talk about was dedicate some time about love for cinema, and not only any cinema, but world cinema. So today, this week actually is the 80th anniversary, birth anniversary of my favorite artist. In fact, all our favorites, my favorite wife's movie is also one of those cinematic classics. So if I want to tell you about artists,
I'm more interested to know who is your favorite wife.
Yeah, Nomit. I think I'll tell you about that. Yeah. I'll tell you. If I tell you about that, there is an artist who would be the next generation that we can connect, and at the same time, our next generation can connect. And it'll simplify our Saturday evening searches across the board. So over the last 120 years, cinema has taken a central stage as an art form, and it has become part of our lives. In fact, post-COVID, more and more cinematic experiences are getting ingrained into our daily experiences. So I thought I'll talk about world cinema, and especially some Southeast Asian cinema, especially the Japanese cinema. And the artist that I'm going to talk about is Hayao Miyazaki. And this week, as I told you, it's his 80th birthday, and it'll be a cool dedication. I'm a big fan of his and his studio. So he started a revolution in Tokyo, Japan, with us starting off a manga and animation studio, which was named Studio Ghibli. And it has, as they proverbially say, it has launched 1,000 movies. So in fact, so much that...
I'm not wearing the snow.
Is there a question or? Okay. So recently, actually, a lot of the youngsters in our community, I've seen kids watching a lot of anime, and they've also been watching a lot of manga, comics, and based movies and all. So I thought it'll be worthwhile for us to understand what is this whole revolution about. So I would say that if there is one movie that I would recommend all of you to start with across generations that will connect well with you is My Neighbor Totoro, which is one of the world leading animation um, uh, like overall across the board. It has bagged a lot of awards. It has won a lot of kudos from all the critics across the board. And I won't spoil the fun by telling you anything about it, but trust me, it's one of the favorite movies across the world. So please watch it whenever you find time. And there is this whole element of narrative fantasy, but at the same time, a very meditative experience when you connect, which is very human. So it is, although in Japanese, but you will certainly find a lot of elements which will be a revelation of what we have lived through and our next generation is living through. So there are so many more movies, and obviously there is this whole set of series that are coming in Netflix and so many other platforms as well. So all for it. So since I had promised I'll read something original tonight, I'll just read one of the poems that I'm dedicated to the anime experience. And this is what I've written. And this is just, I typically scribble, but since I'm the bakra for the evening, I'll just read something out. So it's called Anime Silences, and it's a poem. So it starts like this. In an oriental landscape they call fantasy, I've experienced the genuine in the teenage angst. One can find rumblings of a persona long buried in the middle-aged heart, reflected in the conversations and grimaces, in the macabre series of notebook deaths, and in the offenses on titans, in many images. There in the middle lies a common pause, the organic silence, the silence that shrieks the loudest later in our hearts. So that's the end of the poem. But overall,
Wow.
again, that's what I wanted to talk about. Go watch some world cinema, especially Studio Ghibli. Please share your experiences on Highland Horizon Facebook page. Find out, please let us know like how you find it. And obviously in coming chapters, I'll encourage people to share their experiences. I mean, within our community, we share a lot of our regional cinema with each other, but at the same time, world cinema is equally important for all of us, especially for a lot of us who have, say, relocated from other countries and other cultures. At the same time, I mean, we've gone through Hollywood and so many other experiences. So please let's share and evolve together. So that's what I wanted to talk about, Mayor and Shine. Back to you.
Wow, Parimal, that sounded very profound. And I think what you wrote was really awesome. Maybe someone else could have read it though.
Next time I'll have Manya read it. She has a whole set of recommendations for all of us. So we will someday we'll read it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes. I'm just pulling your leg. So Parimal is one of my close buddies. So obviously, I think I do have the right to do that. So, but again, Parimal, that was awesome. I think some of these things even I wasn't aware at all. So I didn't even know this aspect of Parimal, by the way. I knew he was into books and, he used to have his own sweet corner that he would like to be doing stuff. But now we know what he was doing, Shine. Shine, we were just thinking something else. I don't know what, but this is what he used to do when he would just run off or.
I know that he used to read something, but I didn't know what it was. He had only some wild imaginations about it.
Shine, don't let your imagination run too wild. Okay?
All right, guys, we are on a family TV, so let's control ourselves. Okay, but thank you, Parimal. That was really nice. Hoping to hear some more of those in some of our meetups, and I hope people from Highland Horizon as well are able to share some feedback with you. Let's also get to the trivia question for Parimal segment. I hope everybody is ready and were attentive. So the question is, name the Japanese director, animator, who was the inspiration for several modern animators. Again, name the Japanese director, animator, who was the inspiration for several modern animators. Let's hope you guys got that one, and I cannot imagine people are still typing answers. That's really great. Awesome, awesome. Good job. While with that, I think we are all set to move to our third segment for today. Um, Again, thank you, Parimal. Uh, so coming to our third segment, this one is a friendly chat with a Guinness Book of World Record holder, Maci Currin. Well, she is a teenager and has won the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest female legs. And I think she's also won that for the teenager as well, like is that group age group too. She's been a resident of this neighborhood, so not, I mean, come on, like what more than that, right? We are all so proud to have her and share the same neighborhood with her, and we are so excited to learn more. I'm so glad she's able to join us today. She is going to be interviewed by none other than our dearest Kara Griswold. Now, Kara, she is a mama of 4 awesome kiddos. She's a board certified music therapist. Shine, point to note, she's a board certified music therapist. So, Kara,
Yes.
in the future, be remember, you are on our list. And she is a lover of anything sweet. I like that. I already like that. That means she's going to like me. So let's put all your hands together for Kara and Maci.
Go, mommy, baby.
After the commercial break.
Oh, yes.
Let's settle it the usual way.
Settle it the usual way.
Settle it the usual way. The usual way. Settle it.
Settle it the usual way.
Settle it the usual way.
Settle it. Woo!
Let's settle it the usual way.
Not so fast. Lemon is my favorite. And I'm a lefty.
Settle the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Maci. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. You look so pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Well, why don't you start out by introducing yourself to your neighbors and tell us how old you are and how you got involved in Guinness Book of World Records.
Well, hi. My name is Maci Currin. I'm 17. And I kind of got introduced into the record book by someone was making me a custom pair of leggings, and I had to take all sorts of measurements for it. And then they suggested that I apply for it.
And so when they suggested that to you, was that an immediate oh yeah, let's do that? Or did you have to think about it a little bit?
I thought about it for about 2 years. And then I just one day decided, hey, I can still do it. So I just went for it.
So you went for it. All right. Well, okay. So we know you have super long legs.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us exactly how long are your legs?
Oh, yeah, you cut out. Can you say that again?
How long are your legs?
I don't really know off the top of my head. Okay. One leg is longer than the other one. One is 53 and the other one is 52 point something.
Okay. So we've got 53-inch on at least one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us, what was it like growing up for you? So have you always had super long legs? What has that been like growing up?
Well, I've always been tall, more to put it. Even through preschool, like I was taller than everyone in all of my grades. So I never really it never really sprung up like one day, oh, I grew like a lot, or like a year I grew a lot. It's been constant ever since I was really young.
Yeah. Do you have siblings that are also tall?
I have a brother. He's about 6'3".
How tall are you?
I'm 6'10".
6'10". Okay, so you mentioned that you have to have custom made clothes. Is that for everything you wear? Do you get custom made?
Really, I only get custom made things like leggings and like pant type things. For like tops, I just get regular size, and for long sleeves, I usually buy like extra larges, so like those sleeves are long enough.
Do you find that to be frustrating?
Not really. I kind of like the baggier style. So
it's nice that those boxy cut things are back in style.
Yeah.
I think some of the other ladies in their 30s may be saying that was the style when I was 17. Or at least if you were in this country, for sure. Maci, what do you like to do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I actually play a lot of like video games. I'm working on building a gaming PC right now. So
a gaming PC, can you tell me about that?
So you have your regular computer, and then I know that a gaming PC is like having monitors and like separate keyboards, and you have to actually build the PC, which is like the RAM and the cooling system. It's like a big box.
Wow. Okay, so you're 17. Does that make you a junior or a senior?
I'm a senior this year.
Okay, so what are your plans? This is kind of a crazy senior year for you, I guess, but what are your plans for after graduation?
After graduation, I think I'm going to, or at least I want to go to school abroad. Me and my friend were thinking about going to like somewhere in the UK together.
Okay, how do you manage to do something like that? Just apply for schools overseas or what?
Yeah, you have to make an account in UCAS, which is a website. It's about a $50 like application, and you can apply to 5 different colleges in the UK. So
wow. And what would you hope to study?
I hope to study business and marketing.
Valuable. Those are things you could probably make money in. Unlike when I went to study music, my parents were a little iffy on that one.
That's I think everywhere, Kara.
I should have gone into tech. So going backwards, you grew up very tall. You probably stood out amongst the rest of your peers. Did you experience bullying or anything like that? And how did you handle that?
I more experienced bullying when I was younger. We moved when I was in 3rd grade, and kind of after moving, no one really seemed to care anymore. But I was still self-conscious even in high school about my height. I mean, one day I kind of like woke up and chose to just not care about what people thought of me, which really helped my confidence a lot.
I like how you said that you chose that, because I think we are empowered within ourselves to make those choices of how other people affect how we're doing. So if you were going to talk to another girl your age, or maybe a little bit younger as she's coming up, whether she's tall or short or whatever it is, you know what it's like to be, anyone that has sort of something that stands out that maybe somebody might be intimidated by. What would your advice be to, I'm going to do 2 of them. What would your advice be to the child? And then what would you have parents say to their child to be able to support them?
Well, I go on like TikTok Live, and there's like a lot of younger people who follow me. And whenever I get that question, I just tell them that you always have to be true to yourself. You shouldn't let other people affect who you are. And I would tell parents to keep supporting them, because being like different, being not abnormal, being like yeah, different to like people, the general
Special,
public,
right? Being
it's like,
special.
so yeah, it's difficult. It was really difficult for me to like love myself. So I would just tell parents to keep supporting them no matter what.
Is there something that your mom or dad did that sticks out in your mind as something that you thought, wow, they're really supporting me?
Well, when I used to play volleyball, I got an injury, so I couldn't play anymore. But I just remember them always going to all of my tournaments. They went everywhere. They did everything for me. They really wanted me to succeed in that. And all of those times when my parents pushed me to be the best person I could be in that setting, I just knew they were there for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know a lot of us on here are parents, and we would want our kids to know that we were supporting them and there for them. Okay, so you said you were on TikTok.
Yeah.
What other social media are you on, and what's that like for you?
I just have TikTok and Instagram. It's sometimes it's harsh, especially on TikTok. There's a lot of people who like troll and a lot of like negativity, but I think the positivity outweighs the negativity, which is really cool. And then on Instagram, I don't really do much on Instagram. I haven't really been on that a lot, but there's just a lot of people who support me there.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of people who have a really negative view of social media and like teenagers on social media, right? Like there could be a lot of negative things. And you said the positive outweighs that. So what do you think are the positive things about being a teen and being on social media?
Positive. Well, on social media, like it's different than in real life because you can interact with people who are so far away but are the same, like in your situation, have the same situation. How do I word that?
Like you have a commonality with people.
Yeah,
you don't live near each other.
Like you don't live near each other at all, but like you have the same I don't know the words.
Like interests or like more like physical?
Like you're just in the same situation. Like find tall girls and you can have groups of like same interests and you can just interact with people you never thought you could interact with.
Yeah, that is one of the things, especially living through 2020 and the beginning of this year, that we can all be thankful for technology in that way, right? Because we can stay connected.
Yeah.
Relationships are super important in life, and obviously we need face-to-face ones, but it's nice when you can have those groups that you can be involved in. Okay, so you said you used to play volleyball, but you don't play volleyball anymore. Are there any other sports you're into or hobbies besides video games that you enjoy?
Like to watch hockey. I don't really have a lot of hobbies. I mostly like hang out with my friends and stuff. So
yeah, it's not like I have a 15-year-old and that she'd probably say the same thing. I just want to hang out with my friends. So, yeah. Okay, well, I have one more question that's kind of fun. If you could have a superpower, what would your superpower be?
Flying?
I think I'd probably want to be able to like shapeshift.
Ooh. Like so you could fit anywhere?
No, like I can turn into like different animals, different like objects.
That reminds me of that character in X-Men.
Stuff
I
like
might
that.
be showing my age here, but Mystique in X-Men was like a shapeshifter.
That's awesome.
She's like this
guys.
blue lady that could turn into anybody she wanted.
I would like that too.
Yeah. I would like to be able to do work while I'm sleeping. That would
I think that'll be all moms, Kara.
yeah.
Now I do the opposite.
Yeah.
I sleep while I
Maci,
work.
if you are okay with it, Maci, I would love if anybody else on here has a question for you they could ask. We could open that up they could type it in the chat or unmute and ask. So, does anybody have any questions or curiosities?
So while someone comes up with a question, Maci, would it be okay for us to see you talk to Bara? Is it okay? I don't know whether
in my room.
Okay, no problem. I'm sure we have your pictures and your videos that we have seen on the Facebook. So we're gonna bring that in here. But okay, no worries. That's okay. All right. So any questions for Maci's guy? Maci friends.
Hi, Maci. My name is Mumal, and you are on social media, TikTok, and everything is there. But what happens when you meet or when you're with your friends? When you go to school, or does it feel a little different with your classmates, or it's the same, or how do you handle that, and how does it happen? Like what happens at that time when you interact?
So I have online school right now, and no one has like said anything about like my TikTok and like anything like that, which I'm kind of like glad a little bit because it's a little embarrassing sometimes. But I did sometimes when I go out with my friends like out in public spaces, people will recognize me, and I get a little shy, and it's a little awkward, but it's kind of cool.
I really wish that if I see you somewhere, I will definitely come and would like to take a picture. So does it happen like that with you also? That if somebody sees you, oh, can I have a picture with you?
Yeah, all the time. I remember going to the mall once, and at least like 5 people asked to take a picture with me that one visit.
That's nice. Thank you. You know you are a proud for Highland Horizon. Whenever we go and talk, oh, you know, there's the Guinness Book World Record winner in our neighborhood. So we encash that thing everywhere. Yeah. Like you must not be doing it, but we are doing it.
I agree with that. I'm guilty as well. Maci.
So much.
So Maci, I have one question for you. Sorry, did somebody else also have a question? Okay.
I have a question for her.
Go ahead. Why don't you do that?
So my question is,
Shine, you want to mute all, and then you can unmute only Achal and Maci.
Oh, okay. So my question is, after you got into the Guinness World Book of Records, what changed in your life?
Not really much has changed. At like the first half of everything, like at first, I got a lot of like people requesting like to interview, and it kind of like put me out on the market because like I want to become an influencer, and I kind of want to do a little bit of modeling. So it gave me exposure to like taller clothing companies that make taller clothes for girls and boys. It gave me exposure to them, and they've asked to work with me. So that's kind of what changed. I got more attention from the outside.
That's great. Thank you.
Actually, my question is on the same lines, Maci. On the modeling part, I did read somewhere about you that you're, looks like you also have interest in modeling. Is that right?
Yeah, a little.
That's cool. And I did see some of your videos, and they are awesome. I love it. I mean, I love to, ramp walk and stuff like that too. I've done a part of that as a kid, I used to always love doing that. So when I saw you being interested in that, and come on, long legs, of course, that's like the biggest, your biggest, how would I say, like your capability, your feature for actually modeling, and that's going to be really cool. So good luck. We're very excited for you.
Thank you.
To see you ramp walk in some really cool fashion fiestas, and all over the world actually.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Do you have any more questions?
So, Maci, I have a question. Do you have any interest in any sports? Do you participate in any sports?
Well, I played volleyball for about 6 years of my life, and then I got injured, and then I couldn't play anymore. But I love to watch hockey. I don't know why. I just love it.
Field hockey or ice hockey?
Like ice hockey, skating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just make one comment, I guess, about today. We had snow today. So Maci, did you go out and actually feel the snow? Like all of us did.
Yeah, I went out and felt the snow. One of my dogs, it was like the first time he saw snow, and it was so cute. And then I have neighbors, and they had their friend over, and they started a snowball fight over the fence. So me and my brother participated in the snowball fight.
I can imagine that you have an advantage being over the fence, because you could probably just drop them over the fence.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really, that felt a little too bad, so I didn't do that. I stayed a little farther away from the fence, but they were like climbing up on like the roof of their little shed thing and hitting us.
What are you going to do with Texans in snow?
None.
Yeah, we did that with Kara too. So, It's fun. Awesome. So that is great. That's great.
So, Maci, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, if I could choose the influencer path, I'd do that. I've also gotten into a little bit of acting. I've I've auditioned for some roles, and if that happens, then that's another path I would be willing to take. Another path is opening up my own like clothing brand for tall women. So.
Wow.
I had one question. Maci, have you seen Wonder
That's
Woman?
good. Yeah, that's good.
Have you seen Wonder Woman, Maci?
Yes.
The 84? Okay.
You can combine your superhero fantasy with acting and make a new character.
Awesome. So I think, do we have more questions? I mean, I know, I think we've all tried to. Kara, did we have some more that we would like to know from Maci? And
I guess just, do you have a role model, and who is that and why?
I don't really have a role model. I used to have a role model, and then some things happened between me and the person I looked up to, and now I'm kind of just, I don't really have one.
You can be your own role model, I guess.
Yes. Exactly.
Good. Well, I'm super appreciative that you came on here and chatted with me. I think Mumal said this, but we're super thankful to have you in our neighborhood. And just as a mom of teenage girl and 2 more girls that will be teens fairly quickly, it's always nice to see young ladies that are influencers in a good and positive way for them. And so I know that I appreciate you, and I'm sure that there's some other parents out there that appreciate that it's a big responsibility for you, but it sounds like you're taking that and you're trying to do good with that, with the platform that you have. So thank you for sharing some of your answers to questions and for being with us here.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Maci, and thank you, Kara. Let's all give a big round of applause for Maci. He's again won the longest legs, the Guinness Book of World Records, guys. Can't imagine, like that's really awesome. And she is from our neighborhood, so we're all proud. Thank you, Kara. Thanks a lot. I don't think anyone else could have done a better job than what you did today. So thank you so much. You were great.
Thanks for asking me, Malin. I'm sorry my kid attacked your husband with a snowball.
I'm sure he's going to go unmute and say something right now, but okay.
No, we are not sorry. Don't worry.
All right. Again, so, okay,
Hey,
thanks everyone.
I got him once or twice too, so we are even.
I got him once or twice. Okay, so let's get to the trivia question for this last segment for today, guys. This one is going to be easy or tricky based on whether you guys are following or you have other sources of information. Exactly how long are Maci's legs? I know Maci had to think for herself, but again, looks like people are waiting with that answer. I mean, Kara, come on. I think this question was very obvious. Okay. While that goes on, I just wanted to take a moment. Again,
even Maci was not remembering it, but I think people would have looked it up.
That's exactly what we want them to do, right? We want them to do that. All right. So again, with that, I think we are wrapping up today's episode, guys, episode 3. Again, thank you to all our awesome presenters, Mahesh, Parimal, Maci, and Kara, for joining us today, our core team, our ad manager, Achal, and most importantly, the audience. I think without you guys, there is absolutely no TV. So, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are interested to help us or, like volunteer, or if you have someone else that you'd like for that person to be the presenter for one of our future episodes, if you'd like to be a trivia sponsor, right, please do just hit myself or Shine, and we'll be happy to connect and get things going for you guys. You can also write to the number 2, hhtv@gmail.com. Hope you did enjoy episode 3, Highland Horizon TV. Take care, guys. Kind of frozen, Shine.
Shine, look after he has seen something.
It's your screen is frozen, Shine. We can only see your
I
picture.
know.
Okay. That's fine. Not bad. It's okay to watch your picture.
I would have smiled if I knew it.
Frozen yourself, like you have self-hypnotized yourself through magic.
That's a good one, Parimal.
Momal seems like it, correct? Momal, we still have a few minutes. Why don't you sing something for us?
Still shy. Still frozen, Shy.
The weather outside is frightful. The fire is so delightful. Since there is no place to go, watch Highland Horizon TV, you all.
Woo!
That was cool.
And let it snow, let it snow.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Nice, nice, Mumal. Thanks. This was a song.
Thank you.
Anything for you, Parimal, for such a nice presentation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And who was with you? Was it Govind or was it Vivek?
No, it's me only.
I thought somebody else also was trying to sing with you.
Nomit.
Hello, this is my new rule.
Oh, I feel a little bit bad now. I should have guessed his voice.
And there is Ashmika's bird also. At least she is joined. She's part of. So not only are the humans, but even pets and everybody is welcome to.